Hello, Diane. All right. Hey, Bree. How you doing, girl? You staying out of trouble tonight? I know that's a full-time job for you. It might as well be. I can't complain too much. Still walking around, but I'm happy. How about you? So far, the storms haven't got up here. They're supposed to be here. Oh, you done been camping at a birthday party, huh? Oh, okay. You had an interesting one, Diane? How old is the nephew, Bree? Is that the one you take care of? Uh, it hurt my feelings, any. I'm tired of it. Oh, okay. 11. Oh, it's got to be 11 years old. Sure, not 11 months. 9 months. And here comes the beggar. I'm on the internet. How can you turn a face like that down? Yeah, where you look beggar on these things. No, just one. That's it. I just gave him one. That is a big age difference. My brother was 7 years older than me. We never were real close. There was just so much of a spread on it. Sister just 2 years difference. We were pretty close. I mean, they're headed back again. Well, if we get storms tonight, that'll be the last 10 days we have a storm come through 8 times, 8 out of the 10. Hell, it must not be too close to me because I can't hear it right now. I have to go look on the weather here in a little bit. Every time I get on that weather channel, the damn thing just it's so heavy on that radar and stuff, it slows the computer way down. Y'all hear that? Rocky done run out of water. He's picking his pan up and dropping it. What do you want? Huh? Dog's a mess. Yeah, that's about 70 miles from me. And he just picked the pan up and dropped it again. Can y'all hear that? Right. Yeah, he'll bug the living crud out of you till you figure out what he wants. Let me get him some water. I'll be right back. I tell you what, no jokes aside, Rocky's one of the smartest dogs I've ever had. Really been thirsty. Would you go camping again, Bree? Chasing the waterfalls again? Yeah, I guess so. What do you got? What do you got? I gave him one of them round bones out of a ham steak, and he's been fooling around with that thing all day. He's one of the few dogs that I can just stick my finger in his mouth and take a bone away from him. And he won't never growl or anything. Even when we're playing in roughhousing, he didn't growl. Small paw. Are you camping out of your car? Well, you started copying Mobang on your car. Yeah, most dogs you can't. There. Mobang got a good rig. I'm looking forward to meeting Mobang. I like him. He got that car of his fixed up. You're gonna have to trade cars for long before you have something to do. Damn, Rocky. Well, now am I frozen now? Not showing it on this side. Storm may be getting Diane. Hey, Roy. How you doing, buddy? I think on my internet, it depends on what. Oh, that's not good, Roy. No, when the storms come in from down south up towards me, I think it affects my internet some. Hey, Captain Jack, how you doing? Damn, what are you doing? It's been a pretty nice day here today. Jack, what you been up to? Okay, Bree. I was just fixing to ask you, did your daughter go with you on your camping trip? Mm. Yeah, I'll have to look at that in a little bit. But dang, that was quick, wasn't it, Roy? I hate to hear that. Okay. And camping by yourself, it makes it pretty nice. And if you camp for a little bit, every time you camp, it gets easier. I used to deer hunt on a place that was, we went every weekend and we were tent camping. But man, I had that thing down on or I could pull into camp in 10 minutes. I'd have a whole camp set up, be ready to go hunting. But I did it every weekend. No. And that's what really makes it fun to camp when it's easy. I see some of these people set camp up, it takes them an hour and a half, 2 hours to set camp up. I would never go camping if it was like that. Hello, Lily. Hey, I get tickled there. More women watch crime shows, I think, than men do. Now he's going out. I'll be right back. Yeah, Rocky is too, Roy. He may be feeling that storm. What they say about the people on death row here in Texas, that other states doing away with the death penalty, and Texas put a expressway in. Oh, I'm fine. Just staying busy. You think that dust out there gives you them headaches, Roy? Or have you always had trouble with them? Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. He get the solemnest look on his face, cracked me up. Let's see if he'll do it. Rocky, Rocky, Rocky. Oh, okay, now that's enough. You ain't no lapdog. He's a big Boston. Most Bostons don't ever get 35 pounds. He was 35, 36 pounds. Boy, he can give you some looks now. You ought to see the look he give me when I tell him no about something. He give me one of them 4-letter word look. Right. Let's see if he'll do it now. Rocky. No. No. Now, what kind of look you call that? He don't hardly bark, Captain Jack. He about half growl, about half bark. The last dog I had was a little Yorkie, and he had the weirdest bark. He go hubba, 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 hubba. Now somebody like that needs to be gone. You'd think so from the look he gave me, wouldn't you?
Hey, yeah, you get a little comfy here. I was comfy right up to the moment you brought me up.
You got something else on, Roy? I'm getting an echo.
No,
Okay, it's settled down now.
it's an echo. No,
No, it's not now. It was when you first came up.
oh, it could be this laptop. It's kind of acting up.
There you go. Boy, he can give you a look, can't he, Diane?
Yeah, Captain ain't heard Lulu talk yet either.
The only time Rocky will just really get to talking is in the morning when he wants to get me up. And it just, and he won't quit. You might as well get up. You got a fan running or something?
Yep.
Okay. Well, it's all right. I could hear something.
Nope. That one's kind of cold. It's a new spot I'm trying for the dogs in the daytime when they're laying on this dinette. But it's going to go back in the window here in a little bit. That generator should be running out of gas anytime. Hey,
Hey,
Diane.
hello. Miss Lorraine, how you doing, girl? You getting any storms yet? Rain right down in that country that them storms coming out of tonight.
Supposed to be 100 here tomorrow.
Oh, it was nice here today. It was cloudy and going around you. Can't beat that. But the wind was blowing just a little bit. It was just enough to cool it off. I imagine it was 80, but it was real pleasant.
It's 81 right now.
Yeah, I think we got 79. Well, y'all had some mild weather as far as heat goes in Forsyth this year, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh, nope, they lowered it. 98 tomorrow. Moved to 100 till Sunday. Monday's 101, Tuesday's 100. Then it's high in mid 90s.
Hey, Mike, how you doing? Was it still dropping down at night?
Somewhat, yeah. Starting tomorrow, it looks like it's going to be 70s for the lows.
Well, that's not too bad, then, is it? It depends on when it hit 70.
Yeah, because one of them, like 11 o'clock, it's still 80 degrees.
Yeah.
When I look at the hourly.
Oh, I can't complain a bit, Mike. I'm still kicking, so that's all that matters.
Oh, tonight, yeah, 11 p.m. tonight, it's still going to be 80.
It hadn't started raining here, Amy. Maybe we won't miss it.
What I think, my theory, we're getting to where that sun's up in the sky longer, and this ground's heating up. And that's why it doesn't warm up or cool off at night too much now, because the ground's starting to retain the heat.
Yeah, damn thermal heat. I was in a.
It's kind of weird when you go up to the water spigot up there and you get water. The hot water comes out of it.
Yeah. One of my campers that I built, I put a double 4-inch pipe on top of it, painted it black, and then hooked an air nozzle to it. So you could just put air pressure on it, and you could take a shower or had running water or whatever. But that damn water would get so hot on the roof of that camper that you couldn't get under it. I finally had to rig up one that was cold and one that was hot. And it's cooling off, man.
That was one of those stay indoor days. That sun's kind of brutal when you get out in it, though. Went to town and got me some cookies. I was out of sweets.
Excuse me. Yeah, you know, Captain Jack, I worked out in the sun all my life too, and now, wintertime, I have a hard time with it if that sun don't shine. So I couldn't live in Alaska.
No,
like Bree up there in Oregon or Lily up in Washington. It rained too damn much. Got you a little sulfur in that water, all right?
Yeah, that's what our water was doing that back in Indiana, and it was the sulfur and iron in it.
Hello, Shoe Devil. They put a bunch of aerators in this lake out here, but used to, it's summertime it hit, and all of a sudden the water on top would get hot, and that lake would roll over. And you talk about some nasty tasting water now.
Oh wow!
That water off the bottom of that lake, it goes to the top, and they put some king size aerators in that lake to stop that.
They put one of those in the lake back by the house. I don't know why. It's really not needed. You can just about walk across this lake.
Well, this lake they were doing that at, it's a big lake.
Yeah, this one ain't very big. Man-made.
Well, you did good then, Diane.
I tried. I was that was the only thing I went to town for. I didn't even take the empty gas jug with me. I should have, but I didn't. I got the other ones full. But I was dipping my spoon into the peanut butter and then covering it with chocolate syrup, and that was my sweets.
Oh, Lord.
I got cake mix in that, but it's just too hot to bake.
Yeah. Jack was talking about that sun. If it gets rainy and crappy here for 4 or 5 days, I start getting in a bad mood. That sun can pop out and immediately I'm fine. Hello, RV.
Kind of tired tonight.
Don't start yawning. You have me laying down on this counter.
Man, I don't know. Well, I was up at the crack of dawn. I've been getting up at the crack of dawn for some reason. Then we didn't do nothing today but lay around and watch 3 movies, right, dogs?
Would you get you some more cookie dough?
No, I didn't get no cookie dough. I just went up and bought a pack of cookies at the dollar store.
Well, last time Becky was gone, you like to run out of cookie dough. I thought you were going to go into DT.
I don't think we have any cookie dough actually right now. I know I got 3 or 4 cake mixes up there and frostings. And kind of curious what them frostings look like because I don't turn this AC on until it gets 90, 92. Or until Lulu starts looking rough, but I'm starting to think she's really playing the part to get the AC on.
You know, people talk about cutting all the sugar out.
I can't.
Well, around that old welding business of mine, they used to have a saying that the old boy was a pretty good welder. He could weld everything but the crack of dawn and a broken arm.
I don't even try to remember anymore, Kevin Jack.
Do what?
I don't even try to remember anymore. He said he forgot to remember something.
But I don't know if I could just cut all the sugar out completely like some of these people do.
I can't. Really, I don't know. Corn syrup took a lot of place of, or took the place of sugar in a lot of our foods. And that's what I'm taking out is the corn syrup and putting the sugar back. And I can tell when I don't have my sugar, I got to go find me some sugar. I, I get bad. I'll take the sugar dispenser and I just tilt it back. There's my sweet. I don't do it a lot, but I get I can't. When my sweet craving hits, I've got to cure it quickly somehow.
You like me, Roy. You need all the help you can get about being sweet. Lord. Now, what you got cooking tomorrow?
Oh, probably me in the RV. No, yeah. In the morning, I'm probably going to get up and do some more rearranging, get Bobby ready to go in storage. They're waiting. CRV's waiting on mail and a prescription, but he's talking about just forgetting it and taking off, or us taking off and going up within the next couple days. Um, which don't matter to me. I'm really ready to go. Other than when I thought we were moving 2 miles up the road, I just took and threw a bunch of stuff in the car, some of my tools, and some of that stuff I need in this rig before we go up. So I've got to sort things out and then fill Bobby up with that fuel stabilizer stuff because he's got a full tank of gas in him, and gas don't last 3 months nowadays. And that's about it. Roll up the mat, roll up the screen, the shade screen, and try to get another coat of roof on tomorrow. And then if they're serious about moving out, get these solar panels screwed to the roof, and that only leaves the two on the ground over there, and I'm ready to go.
How far are you going? If you go up Flagstaff?
Probably no further than Belmont. We probably won't go into Flagstaff. We'll go in for supplies, but I don't think the rigs will go past Belmont. For number one, that new camping rule they got up there. I'm hoping when they get that in court, they get that one appealed or repealed or whatever it is. Because now it's against the law to camp within 10 miles of the town of Flagstaff. That took out Walnut Canyon, which we camped at last year. Also took out Lake Mary, which is one of our favorite spots. And there's Schultz Road, which we hadn't made it up to Schultz Road yet. That's the one that burnt last year. That one's taken out too. Thank you. I'd like to get another thicker coat on there though. But I can understand the rule on for campfires, but don't take the camping away.
Yeah. There's a many a feet of timber. It's still standing up there with just the bottom end blackened, isn't it?
Do what?
I said there is many a board foot of timber where them forest fires went through and they just burnt the bottom of them trees and killed them.
Oh yeah. See, and they're not trimming none of that up either.
No.
When we were at Lake Mary, there was probably 4 feet up the trees that was dead, just hanging, just feet from the ground. Just waiting for, if a forest fire would have started, it would have been a crown fire in no time at all.
Hello, Janet.
Those are supposed to be the worst ones, are the crown fires.
Yeah. That ex-son-in-law of mine worked for Forest Service for a while. That's a
Some
pretty
people feel that that's the reason, Captain Jack. I was looking for that silver paint when I got this.
That was some messy stuff. Ooh.
This stuff with the fibers in it is what I was looking for.
Well, can you tell any difference since you painted your roof in the heat and cold?
I think so. I honestly do. I honestly think I can. It was that darker gray. Well, it was aluminum before. And there was, well, some of that stringy silver stuff was on that roof first. And then the guy put a water soluble roof coating that was basically like chalk. See, this is our fourth season in Honey. For the first three years of owning her, it was when it would rain, white chalking, and she'd get all chalky from the roof.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't coat the roof right away. I was waiting for all that stuff to get off there. I'd go up and I'd knock some of it off, but I couldn't get it all. And then eventually it all worked its way off.
Well, you've had the rain this year to wash it off, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, what I think washed it off up there was up there in Flagstaff mostly. Because when we got down here, that roof was clean.
Yeah. What are you drinking?
Water.
Water?
Yeah, this is LTVA water. It's not bottled water. I reused the bottles for a little while until can't reuse them no more. But I take these drink packs and use them in the bottles though. These crushed drink packs.
I looked for some of them yesterday and couldn't find. I was looking for some of them, the Gatorade, you know, you just mix on your own.
Yeah,
I couldn't
yeah.
find any of them.
I got these just for dinner. Just give me something because I drink a lot of water. Becky drinks a lot of these too.
Well, you know, here about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I come down with that stomach virus deal where you hit the bathroom and both ends going. And ever since then, boy, I have felt like hell. Just no energy, no nothing. And I got to reading the deal the other day. I was drinking a lot of water. And they were talking about people getting that stomach virus were getting rid of all their electrolytes. And it didn't make any difference how much water you drank. If you didn't have the electrolytes, well, you couldn't absorb it.
Yeah.
So I went and got me some Gatorade and started drinking it for about 2 days, and I feel so much better. It ain't even funny.
That's what when I get to feeling bad, I go get some Gatorade. That's my go-to.
You don't hear much about that anymore, Lorraine.
No, it's more Powerade, and I don't much care for that Powerade.
Good night, Lily.
Well, they do, but I think you got to be a NASCAR driver to get them. Some of those big tape panels that they put on in the past. Now, we did most of Scott's roof in a roll of that Eternabond tape. He got up against a tree somewhere and ripped his rubber roofing back. And we taped the whole side of his roof. You can't really tell unless you look at it. Less sugar and Powerade. That might be why I don't like it too much. Oh, what's in these things?
Oh, Rocky. What the hell are you doing?
Citric acid and a bunch of words I can't say. Jeez. I only drink one of these a day anyway. That just give me a little bit of flavor during dinner.
Well, I'm not real crazy about Gatorade or Powerade unless I'm just super hot or I'm had trouble with my stomach, and then it tastes good. You know, but just
Yeah, that Pedialyte works good too. I've drank that too. I drank some of that when I was fighting that cancer. I was drinking Pedialyte a lot.
Dog, you driving me crazy. Get out. Oh,
Yeah, my stroke 10 years ago, I think it was 10, might even been longer. It was accidentally medically induced. This stuff that I got in my back, my spacers and the steel rods, well, the spacers had foam in them. And they fill it with cadaver bone. And then as the foam dissolves, the cadaver bone hardens up. Well, that foam was causing people issues. It was causing your throat to swell, and people were dying from it. Well, one night I'm just sitting around, and all of a sudden Becky looks at me, and my eyes are swelling shut, my throat's swelling shut, my nose is swelling shut. I'm getting to where I can't breathe. She loads me up, runs me to the emergency room 9 miles up the road. They get me in an emergency room, and the first thing they do is give me a shot of ephedrine or whatever it's called.
yeah.
But they gave me enough for 3 people,
Oh, yeah.
and it blew up a blood vessel up in my head because, man, my heart felt like it was getting ready to jump on the floor and take off out the door. I grabbed a needle from the nurse. Well, I didn't grab it from her, but I grabbed her hand while she had it in my leg and said, "Get that out of me! You're killing me!" Because I did. I thought my heart was going to blow up right then and there. But it made me have a stroke, and it took 6 months to recover from it. But I couldn't sue them because they was in the process of trying to save my life from me suffocating.
Yeah.
But darn near killed me trying to do it.
Well, about 20 years ago, I come up with a deal that I just lost it. I mean, just didn't know what was going on, just about half out of my head. Well, they thought I had a stroke. And they gave me, they got that clot buster that, if they think you're having a stroke, they'll give you a clot buster in case it's a blood clot. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't have a stroke. And and then they had me on blood thinners and aspirin and vitamin E, and they like killed me off that stuff. They never have got my blood back like it's supposed to be since then. I can
That's
take
the
a
only
couple.
thing I got is some headaches that I get every, and that's what it's from. I didn't get those until they did that to me. And
Well,
for about a year straight, it was a constant headache. It did not go away. It was a migraine for a year straight.
I can remember it took me several years to get over that. I mean, I was all right, but I just didn't have it. It took my stamina away from me. Used to, I'd have him crews working. I'd take when everybody else played out. Well, I'd say, "Come on, let's go, let's get after it." And it took that away from me.
I went through that. It did. It took me a while to recover from that.
Yeah, takes a while. I had one eye that was just a little bit slow, and that got all right. I never had any been damaged from it.
My face dropped a little bit. My speech was off for a while, long while actually. Um, I think that's why my train of thought goes off sometimes too, in my memory.
I, I can't blame mine on that, Roy. I think I'm just getting old as hell.
That's probably my problem. But yeah, Becky found me in the. Uh, she come home from work one day, and I was in the clothes basket, the dirty clothes hamper, passed out, and I come to, and I was on a gurney on the way to the hospital, and I they were trying to give me nitrogen, thinking that I had a heart attack, but no, it was the stroke thing that was going on. I remember the EMT kept asking me, how much nitrogen have you taken today? Do you take too much? How? And I kept telling them I don't take nitrogen. I don't take it. And then he was trying to shove baby aspirin down my throat. That's my only ride in the ambulance. It was kind of felt neat in a way because I could see out the back window these cars were pulled over for me as we're going through, and I was like, hey, I feel like royalty.
I tell you what, some of that stuff can get sort of funny. I had got a blood clot in a damn kidney one time, and they thought it was a tumor or something. Anyway, they sent me to another hospital, and they'd been hitting me with that damn morphine and oh, what the hell that other stuff. Anyway, they had me floating, boy. I was drunker than a damn monkey. Well, when we got in that damn ambulance, the two paramedics that got in that ambulance must have weighed 350 pounds apiece. I mean, they were big. Well, they couldn't even walk in that ambulance. They'd have to turn sideways and just ooch along, you know. Well, they strap you down in that damn ambulance. And like I say, I was drunker than hell. I think I'd had 3 of them damn morphine shots in, I don't know, just a couple hours. And I got bad knees anyway. Well, they put that strap across my knees. We got about halfway to that other hospital. I told that medic, I said, you need to loosen them straps up across my damn knee. It's hurting. I can't do that. Well, by God, somebody gonna do it. And he didn't pay no attention to me. And I reached down there and went to unbuckling the strap across my knees. He said, you can't do that. And I said, I tell you what, we get a block from that hospital, you put them back on. But me and you fix to have hell. You know, if you put that back across my damn knees. Of course, I was drunk enough, I didn't care. So funny what you do when they hit the Demerol is what they would give me. Demerol and morphine. Ooh,
that one, what was the other one? Dilanthus. That one made me kind of loopy. Morphine, Demerol, and Dilanthus. That's about my 3 favorite shots at the emergency room. Give me that, and then I don't feel no pain and do whatever.
I got a pretty high tolerance to that stuff. I just get drunk. Won't pass out or anything.
Nitroglycerin. What'd I say? Nitrous?
Yeah. You trying hot rod.
So I watch Street Outlaws a lot.
Yeehaw. Oh, Lord. And they can do a lot of things nowadays.
Yeah.
I had an old lawyer I hunted with for, 25 years. And the guy had a photographic memory, this lawyer did. He could read a piece of paper and quote it word for word to you, 2 weeks later. Well, we get around that campfire, especially if it's just me and him over there, and have a few drinks. And he gets to talking about stuff back in the old days. He was born like, I don't know, I guess 1901 or something like that. He was old when I was hunting with him. And but he started talking about things that killed people back when he was a kid, Just getting a damn cold was enough to kill you back then, or you get a splinter in your finger and get infected and get gangrene, or appendicitis, or pneumonia, or, any of that would kill you back in those days. They didn't have nothing for it.
Dilanthus for seizures. They've given it to me for pain. Dilaudid. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Dilaudid? Dilaudid? That's my favorite. Whatever that one is, that's my favorite. They'll come in and say, What pain level you at? I'll be at a 3. I'll tell him 7.
My
Even
favorite,
I'll be honest, I don't like pain at 1. So
my standard answer, every time you go to the VA, that's one thing they're going to ask you, what's your pain level? Well, compared to what? You know, my pain level threshold is completely different than somebody else's. And that's got where they'll ask me that. So, what's your pain level at? I'll ask them, well, compared to who? Or what? You know, how do you answer that?
my son's pain level about cost him his life. His appendix blew up. He thought he was just having bad stomach cramps, and he just kept going. And the infection worked its way up his body and got within a quarter inch of his heart and started to spread his sternum apart.
Ooh.
And he just went on working at Walmart and never thought nothing of it. And we finally got him in. We made him go to an emergency room because he couldn't hold nothing down that night or something. And got him in the emergency room. They discovered that his appendix had ruptured. And he'd been running around for a day and a half, 2 days with it.
Well, I guess my pain level is pretty high just from the fact that when you're welding, you know, you get burned all day long. So you just get, you don't pay no attention to it. And we used to have an old boy used that worked for me, and he was a big guy. Well, if he squatted down, his damn jeans would come down, and about 6 inches of the crack of his butt would be showing. You catch him welding something up overhead, every once in a while a damn ball of fire roll down the crack of his butt. And the first thing you do if something like that happens, you clamp down. Well, you clamp down, it burns worse. And then he'd try to turn loose of it, and his butt would just be going. We could tease him about having a case of the clap. Now, one time when I was working at the hospital in Nam, well, I'd been up for like 72 hours. And what the hell was it they were giving us? Keep us going. We couldn't stop. And they were giving us Ritalin. And Ritalin's a funny drug. It'll take a kid and settle them down. But a grown person, if you just take it, you can't go to sleep.
Nope, I had a lot of friends that snort those things back in Indiana.
But they'd been
one of the biggest drug problems we had back there.
They'd be giving me that Ritalin, and I'd been up for well over 72 hours without ever stopping. But we finally got some relief. Well, then I lay down and I couldn't go to sleep. And I stayed up another 24 hours. I was up right at 100 hours. And I went over there and told the doctor, I said, man, you got to give me something to knock me out. And he gave me some stuff. And he said, don't take it till you get back to your bunk. All right. I went and took it about an hour, went back over and said, man, you got to do something more than that. So they gave me some other kind of medicine. In about an hour, I come back again. Well, that time they put me in the hospital and hit me with some Demerol, I think it was. Finally knocked me out. And I'd been up over 100 hours. And then they couldn't wake me up. I slept for 3 damn days, and they couldn't get me awake. He said, I thought I'd done killed you.
I went through a spell. Gosh, that's been 15 years now. I didn't sleep for 5 weeks straight one time. They was throwing all kinds of sleeping pills at me. That one that there was a Washington senator or congressman took it. I can't think of what it's called right now. It was an itty bitty sleeping pill, and he took it, and he ran into a bunch of cars. I forget who it was, but he blamed that drug for it. Well, I can tell you right now that drug is what caused him to hit that car, them cars, because I would take this. I can't remember what it was called. I would take this, and I couldn't remember anything that I did. I'd go wake my daughter up. She was in first grade or second grade. I'd wake her up at night and make her stay up with me and have a conversation with her like we were just good old friends, and all night long. She had to miss school because of me. And yeah, and what was that called? A little bitty pill too. A lot of people want it for sleeping pills. For sleeping, but that's what it was for. But it wouldn't make me go to sleep. And finally, I had there was chemicals that was off that wouldn't let me sleep. And there towards the end, they finally threw Seroquel at me, and big 700. I don't know. It was a horse pill, big old horse pill. And I took that. And that was what it took. I was out for 3 days straight.
Well, I tell you what drives me crazy, and I don't do it much anymore, but I did for years, is do what I call twilight, to where you lay down and you were asleep, but you knew everything that was going on. And, you were just half asleep, half awake. And boy, you do that for a few weeks at a time. Man, that run you crazy. You get anything done on your bus, you don't? Janice, that's a proven fact that men take hard pain better than women do. But
Ambien.
if it's a long term deal, then the women handle it a lot better. Guys don't take long term pain real well.
Yeah, that's what it was. She knew it was Ambien. I just looked it up. I just couldn't remember what it was called. As soon as I seen it, yep, Ambien. That was it. And then my doctor wouldn't believe me. Now get this, my doctor wouldn't believe me that stuff wasn't working. I took 9 of them right before my doctor's visit, because I'd up one, up another one, trying to go to sleep. Like, the more I take, eventually it's going to knock me out. Doctor's appointment that day, and he wouldn't believe me that stuff wasn't working. So I sat down in his office, and he says, "So how's that Ambien working?" I said, "I don't know, Doc. You tell me." I took 9 of them before I got here. He said, "I don't think it's working."
Well, I think they've outlawed that Ambien now, haven't
they? They were talking about it.
Yeah,
it does some crazy stuff to you. Yeah, it wasn't long right after that he put me on that Seroquel, and that was it. And every time I take that Seroquel, I'd lose 3 days. I was like, no, I don't want this now. Jeez. But that would hit me once a year about that time, and then the longest was 5 weeks, and then every year it would seem like it would be shorter and shorter each year. And now I don't even feel. When that time of year rolls around, I sleep normally.
It's amazing what the little bitty pill can do to you. I don't see how anybody gets on drugs. I hate the way that shit makes me feel.
I had a lot of friends on pills back, and I don't know. I was on pain meds, and these guys were snorting what I was on: the Oxycontins, the Vicodins, a lot of the pain meds I was on. These people were grinding up and snorting it up their nose. Well, the Vicodins and Oxycontins and all that, the Percocets and that, made me feel like I had fleas when I take them. So yeah. I didn't understand why people were shoving that stuff up their nose, and It didn't make sense to me. And then dropping dead. I've lost quite a few friends to pill overdoses.
Well, is the drug still pretty heavy up in Elkhart, up in that part of the country?
Yeah, yeah. I don't think they'll ever go away up there. Forest River is one of the biggest. It's one of the biggest drug problems up there. Not Forest River being the problem, but most of their employees. It seems like they're always in the news, and it's always Forest River that they're raiding over there.
Well, I got a friend of mine that lives in Wyoming, and he called me. I don't know, it's been about a year ago. He called me and said, "Man, why don't you move up here? So you go to work for him." And he was the head of like a McDonald's. But I don't remember if that was the one. But, and I said, "What the hell you want me flipping burgers for?" He said, "Oh no." He said, "We'll put you over a store or something, blah blah blah." I said, "What are you calling me for in Texas to get somebody to go to work in Wyoming?" He said, "Ron, it is so bad up here that we can't hire anybody." He said, "Nobody can pass a damn drug test. Said, we got people wanting to go to work." And said, if you're in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and you pull up to the window and you place an order, that order goes to Cheyenne. That board is hooked up to Cheyenne, and they call the cook back in that store and tell them what the order is. So we ain't got enough people to even go to the window. And I couldn't believe that. But then I've talked to several people since then. Everywhere you go here in Texas, there's a sign in the window that they're looking for employees.
Yeah.
They need everywhere. I mean, and finally one day I asked one of the guys, I said, "Man, they talking about people being out of work. Why can't you hire anybody?" They said it's because of the drugs. They can't pass the drug test. And now I'm thinking, what if you got so many employees, you got a drug test every so often? I think it's on the amount of employees. So the bigger the outfit is, oxycodone, them some bad dogs.
Yeah, they were killing people for that up there. That's why I got off of it. Plus, it dehydrated me.
Yeah, ain't none of that. Every damn medicine they give you got a side effect.
Oh yeah, and usually the last one, and death has occurred. Why I want to take that?
Yeah.
The first 5 medications for my back they put me on, they pulled off the market because it was killing people. 2 or 3 of them's back on the market. I know Motrix. I don't think Motrix ever made it back to the market. Or is it Motrix? Start with the M. That was the first one that I was on.
I tell you what, a crazy thing happened to me here about a year ago. I got to feeling bad one day, and it just kept getting worse. What the hell? So I got a blood pressure machine. I can check my blood pressure with. And I checked my blood pressure, and it was sky high. I called the VA. They said, "You go to the closest hospital." So I went to the hospital, and they gave me some stuff and got it settled back down. And then it just went right back where it was supposed to be. And the couldn't figure out what happened. And it rocked along, and about every 6 months, I don't know if they do you this way, but about every 6 months they pull me in and go over all my medication, make sure I haven't got something interacting with something else. And this little old gal is real sharp that does that. And I told her what happened, and I forget which medicine it was, one of the blood pressure medicine, told me, said, "Did you eat a lot of cheese that day?" Got to thinking about it, and I said, "Well, I had enchiladas that night before, and then I'd had a grilled cheese sandwich or something that day." She said, "Let me look. Come to find out that blood pressure medicine, if you put cheese with it, will make your blood pressure spike." I'm talking about top number getting to 200, and it's just the interaction with the damn cheese. So you don't never know.
Yeah, that made me feel like I had fleas. They changed the formula on that. When they changed the recipe in the oxycodone, is when I started itching from it.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think I'm about ready to lay it down. I'm tired tonight.
I am too. Very tired.
Well, is Becky getting homesick?
Oh, big time. She's ready to come back. she is. It's like, hey, well, it'll all be worth it in the end. So I asked her, I said, you want me to start working my way back that way? I can do it. And she said, oh, no. This is.
RV, I tried it. I got to watch my blood pressure, and I loaded up on cheese there in a day, and sure enough, that blood pressure went to spiking. So I love cheese, and I'll eat a little bit of it.
Oh my gosh, cheese is one of my weaknesses. I buy the big block of cheese, the slices, and I go through that in a month by myself.
I'll buy one of them big blocks of cheese and cut a chunk of it off and throw it in a baggie and throw it up on the counter where it get hot.
Yep. I'll be eating peanut butter here in a minute. I'm gonna take one of them cookies and dip it in that peanut butter jar. That's one thing about out here, though. You want to clean a peanut butter jar up? You know, with the peanut butter, if you know how to wash your peanut butter, you got to get that peanut butter off the side. You just set it outside here and put it upside down. It all run out. And you have a nice clean peanut butter jar.
Yeah, I like
everything over there. Just about.
All right, I'm gonna back out of here. I appreciate you coming up, Roy.
All righty, yeah. I ain't even gonna turn that TV on. I don't think.
Yeah, I think I'm fixing to put the coffee on, and I'm fixing to hit that sack. I'm sleepy tonight. Maybe I can get to sleep before a damn storm gets here.
I don't think we ain't had rain here in 2 months now.
And we've had a storm here 8 out of the last 10 days, Roy.
Wow.
I'm talking about hail and high winds and all kind of stuff. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all have a good night.
Yep, everybody have a good night.